Ready? Hi, welcome Spruceland artists. Today we are going to make this super cute little snail. It's so cute. So the hardest part is the part we're going to do first, and that's all these little coils of paper, and I practiced. So some of these I like more than others, and that's okay. So what I decided worked best was 1 centimeter strips. So you're going to get, Mrs. Adams has put together a picture for you, and she's made a cutout for you. So you don't have to draw anything, which is nice. You will need a ruler and a pencil. And so I found that the smaller the strips, like the more narrow, the better. So we're going to do 1 centimeter. So I'm measuring 1 centimeter in like 3 spots. Boop, boop. And then draw a straight line. And again, because I'm lazy, I don't want to do more than, I'm going to do 2 rows, but I'm going to put my paper on top of each other so that I can cut them all out at once. So, but if you find that too hard, just keep doing a measure and a measure and a cut. So yeah, 1 centimeter strips, and then I'm gonna pick, oh, I grabbed a piece that was too short. So I'm gonna do red and yellow and green and pink, because I did this dark blue, but I don't like it with the yellow as much, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm piling all my paper on top of each other, and I'm gonna hold it still and cut some strips. Now you might only need 1 strip of each color. It depends on how tightly you keep your little thingies wound. Thingies! What would you say? Coils?
Coils.
Coils? Yeah. So, there's our strips. So, I like the white glue. I tried it with glue stick glue, and I tried it with white glue, and white glue is definitely better. Now, my strips are not perfectly straight. It doesn't matter. I'm going to put my little part on the inside. So I'm going to keep it folded as tight as I can. And this is such good practice for your guys' little fingers. So you just kind of roll it over and over and over and over each other. And what I did was hold it on the sides and then just kind of kept twirling it around itself. And that way it stays kind of straighter. But you'll notice even on the example that Mrs. Adams puts in your kits, they're not all exactly the same, and that's okay. So I rolled and rolled until I got almost to the end, and then I'm going to put a little bit of glue. I hope you guys have had like a cup of glue like I have. It's so much easier. But even if you're using, yeah, it just does work the best. So now, before I squish this glue down, I'm going to let it go a little bit. Because see how it's really tight? So I just kind of let it go until it looks like what I want, and then I fold the glue over, and then I hold it. You can keep them together really, really tight if you want to. Like this one's really tight. But I like it so that you can kind of see the swirls inside it. And then the hardest part is just waiting. Hold it still. Don't rush and let go. So what I started doing when I was in my classroom practicing was I counted to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I would let it go. And sometimes it would go boing, and it would open up, and that's okay. So there's our perfect little coil. Mrs. Lisk made a Valentine's project this year with these little coils on some hearts, and they looked so pretty, but it was hard. Yeah, it was work to make the little coils, but once you started making them, we were like a little factory. We actually said like put on some music, and we just made a bunch. So I will just showing you how. So I'm keeping it, my fingers on either side, and just twirling it around and around and around. And art is never exactly the same. Like I bet you my next snail looks different than my first snail, and that's okay. But you could have fun if you had some pattern paper. I bet you that would look really cool too if you had some like old wallpaper samples or something. Okay, so put some glue on the end, I've coiled it up. Now I'm going to let it go a little bit, and I'm trying to keep it about the same size as this guy. That looks about close to me. Now I'm going to wrap it around. The hardest part, waiting. Do, 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 do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's see if it worked. It did! Yay! So they're not exactly the same, but they're pretty close. And I do like the shorter. I made these too tall. I started out even taller. I started out with 2 centimeter strips, but I don't like it. It didn't look as coily. And I'm just alternating my colors, but it doesn't really matter. So keeping my fingers on the other side. Do, 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 do.
You gotta make all the sound effects too.
Well, yeah, that's, what else are you gonna do? Sit there quietly? That's not an option, Mrs. Adams. Okay, so I'm gonna let it go a little bit. Whoop. Oh, that went a little more than I want, so I'm gonna roll it back in. Oh no, he's too tight. Sorry. There we go. Oh, now this one unrolled a little more, and that's okay. I'm gonna hold it down. See how it looks a little bit different? This one almost has like a triangle in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And my fingers are starting to get sticky with glue. There you go. So what color haven't I done yet? Red. Do you want to film me doing them all? Is that a little boring? It's a little boring. Okay, maybe we'll pause. I'll keep making them, and you can go get your stuff and get ready, and then you can come back and make some with me. So you've seen how I've made 3 and a half. Twirl, twirl, twirl. And then I'll make some more while we're not filming, and then we'll come back and show you how to put it all together. Okay? Okay, see you in a minute.